my name is Jamie Lee. I'm in Growing Zone 9A in Central Coast, California. I can't believe it's August. I can't believe this is my August garden tour. I feel that I'm trying, for a little bit, I kind of fell out of love with my garden. And I'll show you why. I've been doing a lot of succession planting because here where I live, we have about 260 days of growing season, and the weather has been off and on cold, but hot and cold. Today the high was like 67, and tomorrow's supposed to be like 65, then 69, and goes back up to 80 over the weekend. So it's been a roller coaster, and that's probably why my plants have been getting disease and powdery mildew. Not all the plants, it's just the tomatoes, and but things are producing, and I can't complain about that. I'm just waiting for I'm picking tomatoes as they blush, which typically I would wait for them to turn and ripen on the vine, but because there's just so much powdery mildew, I'm going around and just like chopping branches that are not producing and completely infected. And I appreciate a viewer gave me a suggestion to do milk and spray it, milk and water, or baking soda. So I'm going to try that, but these ones are they're on its way out, so I'm just going to cut them, and then I'm actually going to do a succession of tomatoes because I really do want to can and make some sauce, but I can't do that with only one round or one harvest of tomatoes that I'm getting this year. So here's my August garden tour. We're going to start off in this corner. So this, you can see, is very healthy. I think this is a Napa Chardonnay. I've noticed that the Napa Chardonnays are a little bit more sporadic, and they're not in clusters, uniform clusters like the Sun Gold. So I have some Napa Chardonnay here. And then this is an Upal that volunteered. And then this is the Ampalaya in the back right there that's growing. I have some succession plants. I'm going to thin this out. I just threw a bunch of tiger melons and cucumbers because I did not get a lot of cucumbers this year. The pickling cucumber I got was really, really bitter. I didn't like it. And here is another, I want to say this is Berry's Crazy Cherries. I'm pretty sure it's Berry's Crazy Cherries. And then I have more succession plantings of cucumber because right now all I have is my lemon apple cucumber, which actually I could harvest this one as well. So I am actually going to take this out because these are okay, the miniature white, but I prefer the silver slicer or the salt and pepper ones better. So as I continue here, you can see I told you just the disease that took over. I think these are Sun Gold because these are a lot more uniform. So these are Sun Gold as well. Oh no! Well, these are not gonna ripen because the branch broke. What a bummer. Anyways, then I have some tomatoes over here. I have my succession of green beans that's growing. I'm gonna get rid of that cucumber plant. And then here I have some San Marzanos. I'm not gonna lie, I do get quite a lot of San Marzanos. I'm getting a lot of tomatoes. They're just not, it's just gonna be a one harvest deal on these plants. As you can see, it's all disease, but I am coming up with some, I think this is an ox heart. And over there I have some Sun Golds. And then this I think is a mortgage lifter. Hopefully it's Kellogg's breakfast. But as you can see, it's just disease. When it's starting to get on the fruit and look like this, I've just been kind of taking them out. I do have some good sized tomatoes that are developing. This is my ground cherry, which I think this might be falling here pretty soon. it has produced quite a lot of ground cherries. So I'm happy about that. There's quite a lot of ground cherries. Other more San Marzanos that I have. Berries Crazy Cherries. I have a lot of Berries Crazy Cherries. They're very prolific. And then I have a really healthy eggplant. This one in particular, oh, there is a flower that's popping up. And then a really tall pepper. I don't know what pepper just yet. I'm waiting for some flower buds. Same thing with over here. But this does have several flowers already. This is kind of just a trap crop. The bugs have been liking it, so I'm just leaving it there. I have more San Marzanos. These were the peppers that I just wanted to get rid of the greenhouse that I was using, and I just was like, they were not even, they didn't even have like their first set of true leaves. But I planted them. They're slowly but surely growing. I think majority of it, the cause of why they're stunted is the weather. We're not consistently getting warm weather, and so that's that. So here's the other side of the ground cherries. Why is this falling down? Another eggplant. I trim my sunflower and it keeps producing extra sunflower heads. And Swiss chard, my sweet banana peppers, and shishitos. This is also tomato, which is going wild over there. I honestly can't wait till I can get rid of everything. But I'm just waiting for the tomatoes to turn. I have another sunflower that keeps producing. The more I chop off the flower buds. I do have a calabaza right there, and then I have two patola. There's another one that's in, let's see if I can, right there. And then I planted some melons because I think succession, once these are done, the melons can take over. There's some, I trimmed this entire tomato and it started producing again. So it's growing, and there's some volunteer onions as well. Here, I had my only basil that I had. Bugs just love it, and I'm just leaving it. I trimmed this one down completely, and now it's growing again. This, I am contemplating whether or not I want to trim it because still has a lot of tomatoes, and also it's healthier at the tips. So along there are my upo plants, my gourd plants. And here is a very nice cluster of tomatoes. These are my Abe Lincolns. So I'm waiting for this. So once these start to turn, I'm definitely gonna chop everything off here. I do have some succession plants. I have some zinnias with some peppers. Look how terrible this plant is. But it has some really nice tomatoes, so I'm waiting for it to blush. Again, here I have some peppers, and then I have this that's growing, which I know it's a squash. I don't know if it's a zucchini or what it is. I don't know. If you have any ideas, please let me know. I was thinking maybe honey nuts, but I don't know. It doesn't have that shape. I don't know. It's a mystery to me. And then I have more Swiss chard here. I have my kangkong, which if you saw my previous one, my mom's kangkong is to envy for. I finally have a pepper plant, one of my mystery pepper plants that's flowering. This is also a mystery plant that has flowers, but I do not see any fruit, so I can't even tell you what it is. This is another one that is driving me crazy because it's diseased in the bottom, but the top has such healthy plant leaves, but it keeps dropping its flowers. So again, if they don't produce for me, I'm just gonna leave them. Back there, I have opal. I have 2 opal. Actually, I think I have 3. The third one is right there. I was a bit sad because there was another opal or gourd that opened up its flower. I can't find it anymore yesterday, but there were no male flowers because they have like these white flowers, and I couldn't hand pollinate it. And then when it closed up that evening there were male flowers, so I was really bummed. So let me tell you, this is a volunteer. Why do volunteers just grow viciously and healthy? I don't know what this volunteer is, but it looks like it's a round squash. I really don't know what it would be because frankly, I've never bought any or ate any squash that's round, so I don't know what it is. And then here are some of my succession beans. Alright, and here's my front yard planting. These were some basil seeds that I wanted, but they turned out to be cilantro. I'm just letting them go to flower because I think it's pretty. A squash that volunteered. It's a yellow squash, I can tell by that. This is a sunflower that seems to be being eaten, as well as my zinnias. Here's a sunflower. And then I'm hoping that those were actual basil plants that is popping up. Well, that wraps it up for this August garden tour. I do hope that I do hope that next month I'm able to show a refreshed garden, as I do plan on having some successions and getting rid of some of these tomatoes here. But I'm enjoying them. They're producing, they're feeding my family where we're not having to purchase things, so I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are all well, and I'll catch you guys in the next garden tour. Bye.